What's up, guys? It's Electivire here, and I will be bringing you yet another Pokemon set today. Today will be Hariyama, if you guys cannot tell already, and just some random stuff. It is number 297 in the Pokédex. Now, whoa, what? Okay, just because I put fat Pokemon does not mean you have to, you know, hurt Electivire, so we'll just bring him back there. And then, so he is the Arm Thrust Pokemon, and as for its type, he does have the Fighting type, which got nerfed this generation, I guess you could say, because it does have a weakness to Flying, Psychic, and the newly implemented Fairy. So yeah, Fighting, it's not as great this generation, however, it is still very powerful, especially on the physical spectrum. It does have weaknesses to Rock, Bug, and Dark as well, and Dark is pretty handy, to be honest, so, and of course Resistance, its Stealth Rock is always very, very great. So, as for its base stats, look at that 144 HP. As for its 120 attack, it is very decent as well, but its defenses are not too great. I mean, it's okay, it can still be decent at taking hits and stuff. And its speed is definitely not very good, but I mean, look. Remember the beginning of the video where we called him, fat? But, yeah. Well, yeah, this picture is just telling you about his HP, he sleeps so much that, I don't know, he got fat. As for its abilities, he does have Thick Fat, Guts, and Sheer Force, which is the hidden ability. Thick Fat basically allows fire and ice type attacks to do 50% less, which is nice. It's great for walling, or in case he has a weakness, which he doesn't have a weakness to fire and ice. This is very helpful, especially for Venusaur. Mega Venusaur does get this attack, and it negates two of his weaknesses, which is like the best ability it could pretty much get for walling. But Hariyama does not have weaknesses, however, having less damage is great for walling. So it's not bad at all in this Pokemon. Now for Guts, basically what Guts do is when you have status, then your attack is boosted by 1.5 times. And basically it also negates the attack drop from Burn, which is really awesome. And this is really impressive, and that extra power is very helpful. But if you don't like the status, like, you're going to be burned pretty much whenever you use this. So your HP is going to get chipped off every turn. So if you're okay with this, then it's pretty good. His HP is very great, so it helps to sponge attacks from that are in addition to this residual damage, and his attack is very helpful to get a huge boost. Guts is sorry, not Gust. Not gonna say anything there, but Guts is a very decent ability for Hariyama as well. Now, its hidden ability is Sheer Force, and basically what this does is extra effects are exchanged for 30% more power. So basically, let's say you use Fire Punch or something. So instead of that chance of being burned, it gets 30% more power, which is awesome as well. This way, you do not have that not attack drop. This way, you don't have that burn damage, and yeah. So it's all three of his abilities are not bad. It just depends on which set you want to run. So we'll take a look at that now. Basically, I'm gonna take Steel, whatever you want to call it, off of Smogon and Showdown for this, so that you can get a wider variety of movesets and etc. I'm also basically gonna be stealing their EVs for this whole entire video. So yeah. I'm not much on speed calculations. I mean, I do them and everything, but when it's doing EVs, most of the time I don't really if there's a certain threat, then I will counter it with EVs, but other than that, I don't really see the point in running like minimal speed. So when I see stuff like this, and I go to the speed calculator, and then I look up some threats that will actually threaten it, but can be eliminated using this speed IVs, I will definitely go for it. So this one is basically taking advantage of that Guts boost. This is basically Smogon for Black and White has the combined has a set for rarely used and underused. So I just combine them and basically just create an awesome Gut sweeper. So basically you want to hold either the Flame Orb or the Toxic Orb, your choice. Toxic Orb is probably, it's better if you stay in and keep going in and out and in and out. So that's basically what that's better for. But Flame Worm is better if you want to stay in longer, because Toxic will gradually do a heck ton of damage. So you want to run Adamant and not Jolly because, well, I mean, those EVs are enough, I think. There's not much point in anything else because you just want to outspeed those base 60s and that's basically it. You really want that power that you can't get, so I think it's better to have power than HP, so just go with that. And of course, you want to maximize his attack as this is a attacking set. And in addition, the rest is put into defense because there's no reason to put it into HP. Because, you know, it's better to put it into defense with such a high HP stat. So as for its moves, the first slot there is Fake Out, which is pretty nice because it allows you to get that orb or Toxic Orb to start. And in addition, you do get priority if you come in first. And you cause them to flinch unless they are inner focus, etc. Although Mega Gallade is coming into the metagame this November, so yeah, you gotta watch out for that. But you won't really see Mega Gallade and Hariyama in the same tier, so you probably don't have to worry about that for now. But if you don't really need Fake Out, you could definitely go with Ice Punch for some astounding coverage. So it's definitely a great option. Takes out dragons, takes out flyings. Flying types will definitely threaten you, and if you don't want that Stone Edge miss, or Stone miss, I should call it, you want a more reliable thing, you could go with Ice Punch. It's decent. It's very viable. Close Combat will be your best physical fighting move, although you can go with like something else, like I don't know, like Force Palm or something for the paralysis or something. But Close Combat is best move. However, the defense and special defense loss is very, very hurtful, so you just watch out. But you aren't going to be staying in too long, especially if you're running Toxic Orb, so just get in and out, do some major damage, revenge kill, whatever. Now, Bullet Punch is there, of course. If you don't run Fake Out, Bullet Punch is your greatest priority. Hits fairies, I guess. It won't KO most of them, though, so just watch out. And Stone Edge is for that coverage with for fire and etc. Flying as well. So Facade is also there for the last two slots in case you don't really need priority or you don't need rock coverage and you just want to deal some damage, big damage. So then you could totally go with Facade. And here's my input on this. You could also go with Knockoff because it was buffed up in Generation 6, so it was not in the black and white metagame really. So now with Knockoff all over the place, you might as well put it on Hariyama too, you know? As for its transfer, it does have Ice Punch, and then you will need to breed with Bullet Punch for him, with him on Chan for Bullet Punch. So yeah, Ice Punch. Another reason why you'd run Fake Out is because you don't have access to transfer. So some threats and teammates, you will not be wanting those ghosts to come in because half your attacks can't even hit Ghost, especially if you run Fake Out, Close Combat, Facade, and then your last one is Bullet Punch. Then you can't really touch Ghosts at all. So you're gonna want some Ghost support, and in addition, I would run a Dark type for those fast psychics like Spiritomb because it can pretty much take out them and then hit them with a Sucker Punch or a Pursuit, depending on whatever you need. In addition, those flying types, especially like Talonflame, they do some major damage. Sorry guys, but I talked too long. I should really change my screensaver thingy. But Sticky Web is pretty helpful as well in paralysis because it will make them seem a lot slower. So, and in addition, that paralysis is gonna hurt you on the set, especially if they paralyze you before you can get those boosts from the orb. So you gotta watch out for that. But paralysis does help you against their opponent as well. So in addition, the next set, I'm going to try going a little faster. This is a bulk up set, and basically it's also from Black and White, because I don't think they actually have any sets in the X and Y, but it's also going to require transfer, so you can fill it in with something else, like Poison Jab, Knockoff, or you know, you can even run a different ability, like Sheer Force, like Force Palm, Ice Punch, and Poison Jab. They're all boosted by Sheer Force, so you could totally run that. Oh, actually, I think Stone Edge is too, with the high critical hit chance. I believe you get rid of that as well. Now you want to run leftovers to, you know, keep recovering, since this is essentially a walling set, because bulk up does raise your defense by 1. So, in addition, Guts is actually pretty helpful in case you don't really want that toxic or something to hurt you. So, and you just want to like keep dealing huge tons of damage if they toxic you, definitely go with guts if you don't think you need sheer force or thick fat. Basically force palm is there. That paralysis is great, but other than that, just damage. I mean, this is a walling set. You don't want to lower your defenses, so that's why you run force palm instead. And basically, everything else is for coverage, and just watch out. Everything else is the same. But burn will hurt you on the set a lot. So if you're scared of burn, you might want to run guts. To continue on, there's another one from Black and White as well. And this is one that can currently be used in the metagame, although I don't think you can get Hariyama anywhere. So yeah. So I don't even think you can use it in any of the Callous Native competitions and stuff. So basically, you want to run Care 4 Impish to hit those special attackers, or take damage from special or physical attackers. Now, the EVs are there to maximize. Like you can take hits from various powerhouses, and then in addition, you just put the rest into defense. Like I said before, you don't really need much in HP. Just I believe that's there for either I think that's the leftovers number or something to get a greater leftovers recovery or something. I'm not really sure, but that's basically what the 12 HP is for. And then this is basically a rest talk stat similar to Crokun, but just instead of Calm Mind, you have Whirlwind to phase out stuff. So yeah, this sort of relies on luck because whenever you have Whirlwind, and Whirlwind plus Sleep Talk, that can get dangerous. And just watch out because ghosts will wall you. Except that's why Whirlwind is there, pretty much. So, again, in my opinion, you can run Guts or Knockoff. Guts, same reason. Knockoff, same reason. But Knockoff will allow you to hit those ghosts. So, yeah. That will definitely be a little bit beneficial for you. So, you want to have Rocks and Hazards. Just to finish off opponents as you Whirlwind them out. But this one is yet another Smogon set. And this is for Substitute Focus Punch, aka Sub Punch. So Sub Punch gives you a lot of power. Thick Vat is the best, but you can run Guts. You want to run Leftovers to recover that substitute, so you can use more Focus Punches. But Knockoff is also an alternative, especially instead of Stone Edge or Bulk Up Payback. So some threats are actually Hyper Voice and Echoed Voice because they go through substitutes. So you gotta watch out for stuff like that. In addition, Rocks and Hazards will really take off a chunk of your HP before you even get in. So it's hard because you can't really set up those substitutes. But other than that, you're pretty much fine. I mean, keep bulk upping. Just watch out on the special side of the spectrum because you won't be bulk upping that. So that's why you do max up the special defense in the EVs. Other than that, that's about it. So we'll start moving on to some more of gimmicky sets, I suppose, ones that nobody really uses. So for this one, you are going to need Ice Punch if you want to use Ice Punch. I basically, when I make the sets, it's free-for-all, basically. So you can do whatever you want, basically, for the 3rd and 4th slots, whatever helps you. But you are going to need to breed with Hitmonchan if you want to use Bullet Punch, and Transfer if you want to use Ice Punch. So, yeah. Basically, Belly Drum, Sweep, Win. As for its item, you have choices, because Hariyama does have 144 base HP, so those leftovers are really going to help you, because it can take hits and keep using leftovers recovery. In addition, if you want to, play it risky and do a lot of more damage, but you won't really survive much, you can run Life Orb. But most Belly Drum sets run Sitrus Berry, but with that 144 base HP, you don't necessarily need it. Thick Vat is to help you get some extra time to set up Belly Drum, in case you want to come into if somebody uses a fire or ice type attack while you're using Belly Drum, you can totally tank them, then hit them back with a Bullet Punch or something. But Sheer Force is ideal because basically all of these moves get boosts from Sheer Force, so you'll want to use that. Same EV, same everything. Bullet Punch for priority, and then Belly Drum to get to +6. But priority is really going to help you since you won't really outspeed anything even with priority. I mean, if they use priority and you use priority, then they're probably going to outspeed you just because you could do what? I think it was base 50 speed. And in addition, hazards are going to help you because then Belly Drum, it's going to get you down to half and you're already in the red zone before you even start. So, yeah. Knockoff is the same. Bulldoze and Low Sweep are going to be for lowering speed. I believe that you still I believe actually I don't remember if they get rid of that during sheer force, but especially if you're thick fat, then this will definitely help you outspeed a couple of things, especially on switches and stuff. Force Palm is your main stab move, and Stone Edge and Poison Jab and Ice Punch are all for coverage. So that's about it for that one. And there's is basically choice banded. So basically the main thing of this is choice band, but if you want to run Life Orb, that's totally fine as well, in case you don't like getting stuck, you know. But this is basically sheer force band or orb, so basically just deal a whole bunch of damage. Just same move, same everything. So, yeah. As for this, he's the heaviest fighting type. That's non-legendary because, you know, the legendaries are really heavy, like, you know, Cabalion, you know, stuff like that. Steel fighting, you know. That's seriously something, since, you know, you got, like, Machamp, 4 arms, all muscle, because, you know, muscle is heavier than fat, so I don't know how this guy's this heavy, but whatever. He's also the tallest fighting type, which is interesting since, you know, he's fat, so. But in addition, he has the highest based HP of all the fighting types as well. But he's fat, so I guess that's one of the ones that makes sense, so yeah. It is also based on a sumo wrestler. I know you can't see that very well, the purple, but it is based on a sumo wrestler, as most sumo wrestlers, no offense to anybody who happens to sumo wrestle or know anybody, but they're a little bit more bulky, so that's why he's a little bit more bulky. I know I've been calling him fat this whole time, but no offense. But he is Brawly's signature Pokemon. I mean, you battle him, and his signature Pokemon is Makuhita, but I believe in the anime and stuff, he does evolve into this guy, this Hariyama. So, in addition, his shiny form looks horrid, and just look up a picture. It's purple. But, you know, he hit Electivire, so we can't like this guy, right? See you guys later.